Welcome everybody to the April 2021 Campeau Kitchener safety meeting. This is our second attempt at the online version. I believe the last one went fairly well, but hopefully we get a few more of the bugs worked out. One thing I do want to make clear to everybody too, if you can get the questionnaires from Linda back as soon as possible, that'd be muchly appreciated. We had a few drivers that dragged it out a little too long. Also too, something new this month from Lee. Was a newsletter. Had some birthdays in it, some announcements, some special words of wisdom from myself, from Lee and Linda. Let me know again if you like that, either positive or negative. I think it is long overdue. We tried to do one before, but again, people that were doing it ran out of time and just didn't have the time to kind of keep it up. And hopefully this will be a monthly occurrence now. Also too, for this meeting, we have 5 topics that we're going to cover. You might see a little break in the action between the cameras, so we're going to try and do each section one at a time. Again, any comments on the videos on YouTube when I post them, you can leave the comments below the videos, and I'll get back to them and answer your questions as soon as I can. All right, stand by for the next section. So the first topic today is van cleaning. Last week we had a few vans in for maintenance, and some of the vans were just downright filthy. I hate to say it, but again, they were dirty. Looks like they haven't been cleaned since September. It is the driver's responsibility to keep the vans clean and tidy, inside and outside. The Victoria Street Mobile One, the ASO version of that, still has the van washes on for $5. I believe when you go there and buy a van wash, or a bus wash, I guess they call it, the vacuums are free as well. Again, take your vans, wash them. Get the winter funk out, get the dirt off the floor mats, the sand, the gravel, the salt as much as we can. When we had the vans in last week, we also experimented with getting the white residue from the spray 9 off the vans. It looks like you take some warm water, a little bit of dish soap. There's a fight over, again, either will the Dawn work better, sunlight work better. They both seem to work fairly well. Microfiber cloth and a little scrubby pad. Again, the white residue seems to come off fairly easily. We also have that stuff here for the supplies. If you want to make an appointment, come in and clean your van here at the office. That's fine too. We have the vacuum, the shop vac. We have the dish soap, the buckets, the wipes, and the cleaning supplies for that as well. One thing I did notice too, a few of the vans that we brought in had the spray 9 residue on the dash. There's no need to spray the dash of the vans. Use the wipes in the buckets for the dash. The spray 9 leaves the residue. It gets into the cracks and crevices of some of the buttons and switches and could cause them to stick. Again, we don't want to ever spray the dash down with spray 9. Use the wipes on that as well. A little more control, a little less mess. And if anybody has any comments or questions about getting the spray 9 out of the van, you can give us a call back here at the office, or again, just email me, whatever, and we'll explain exactly how we did it. It really wasn't that hard, and it is kind of, like I said, the driver's responsibility to keep the vans clean. It is the first thing that the teachers see, the students, the parents. We want to keep a good example for everybody. If your van has that, like I said, that winter funk, let's get rid of it and clean it up for spring. On to the next section. Give me 2 seconds. I'm back again. So the next section we're going to be talking about is fuel. I'm sure everybody's noticed the last couple of days that the price of gas first thing in the mornings is now $1.30 a liter. I think this morning it was $1.29.9. Yesterday it was $1.30.9. I'm not sure why. Again, it's that time of year maybe. I heard rumors too about the new carbon tax coming into effect with an extra 20 cents a liter or something. Again, just nothing we can control. But I am going to ask you a couple of favors. I'm sure everybody's noticed that first thing in the morning, you notice the price of gas. Like I said, yesterday morning was $1.30 a liter. Late last night, after I was driving home from work, I noticed it was $1.23. Later last night, I know your gas cards are only good until 7 p.m., but it was $1.21. That's almost like a 9 or almost a 10 cent a liter difference. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys, if possible. If you need fuel, you got to fill up. That's fine. We do ask you to keep your gas tanks at half full. But if you could fill up after your runs, instead of first thing in the morning. I know a lot of drivers, hey, I'm out, 10, 8, 10, 7, sorry. I'm going to go gas first. Well, if you can wait till after you run, Again, that 10 cents a liter could make a difference over the year. It doesn't seem to make a lot of difference on one tank of gas, but when you have 44 vans all filling up, to every other third day kind of thing, it does make a bit of a difference. Last year, even with 3 months off from March till June, we spent $56,000 here as this office on fuel last year for the vans. So again, every little bit helps. Again, if you can all wait till after your runs to fill up, that'd be muchly appreciated. It would save us, again, a little bit of money here then over the course of the season. Something else I've noticed too, personal use of vehicles. It's kind of gone rampant lately. The policy is zero personal use for vehicles. I've been fairly slack with that. If you let me know, hey, I have a doctor's appointment, can I stop on my way home and pick this up or whatever? So long as you let me know ahead of time, I usually don't have a problem with it. There seems to be, not all drivers, but a few drivers that are taking advantage of that. I'm stopping for groceries, I want to stop here, I want to stop there, and it seems to be kind of a regular thing. This is, again, personal use is supposed to be occasionally, and only when you really can't make it home to pick up your own personal vehicle. I don't want this to spoil for everybody. It might come down to the point, again, with the price of fuel, like I said before, that we just limit the vehicles to zero use for no personal stops. Now, also in that a personal stop, stopping at Tim Hortons to use the washroom, that's a necessity and not necessarily a personal stop. But again, we might have to limit, again, all personal stops to zero use. So again, might restrict everybody that has an actual doctor's appointment that can't make it home after the run. That might be limited as well. Again, send me any comments, questions about that. I don't want to limit it. Again, I've always been fairly lenient. So long as you let me know ahead of time, send me a text, email. I prefer not over the radio. Again, if I have it, again, like a text or an email or something, or call. Hey, listen, I got to stop at a doctor's appointment tomorrow after my run. I'm don't usually mind if you have to go. But again, that might be limited as well if everybody keeps abusing the privilege. Again, any questions? Let me know. Positive or negative. Thanks. Hold on a second for the next section. All right, I'm back again. You might have saw the flicker on the video. The next section I want to talk about is windows. So with the nicer weather, the windows should be open in your van. Open your front driver's side window a crack, a couple inches, depending on the nice weather, maybe open it all the way. And the rear passenger side window in the van should be open as well. What this does is it gets the cross ventilation in, so it takes the air from the front of the van and takes it out the back of the van. So any of the students that are coughing, sneezing, runny noses in the middle of the van takes all the germs and contaminants and hopefully takes it out the back of the van. Again, I believe I said this in the previous meeting, the recirculation button in the middle of your dash under the personal radio, please make sure that button is off. We do not want to recirculate the air inside the van. We want to get as much fresh air into the van and out the back of the van as possible. Again, it keeps the driver safe, keeps the passengers safe, and keeps everybody hopefully a little healthier. Again, with the nice weather, it's easier to keep the windows open. It's not as cold. You can still have the heat on a little bit. The heat will radiate through the back of the van, even with the windows open. It doesn't have to be, again, wide open, but again, that little bit of ventilation, as long as it's coming from the front to the back, will keep the drivers from getting sick. Hopefully keep some of the students from getting sick as well. Again, any questions about this, just send me an email, text, whatever, comments, or comment under the video. Any questions, I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Again, another little blip, and we'll go back to the next section. I'm back again. Again, you notice a little blip. Next thing I want to talk about is extra equipment in the vans. What I'm really looking for is the vests that the student would have worn, whether they outgrew them, needed a bigger one, needed a smaller one. Not the harnesses that are attached to the seats so much, but the actual vests that the students would have worn and brought back to you. Usually I'll let you know if ahead of time, hey, I have a new vest for Billy or Susie or whoever. It'll be at the office, come pick it up. If you haven't brought those vans back, or the vests back from the students, again, please do so. Also, to any extra equipment, booster seats, harnesses that are actually on the seats, car seats. If you have more than one, bring the extra ones back if you don't need them. Again, if you need them, by all means, keep them. But if you have, say you have 2 car seats in the van, And that student that used to use the second car seat is no longer there, by all means bring it back. If you only have one, keep that one. The way that the changes are coming through, you might need that one, so again, it saves you a trip to the office. If you don't have to come in, again, that's better for everybody. If you don't have to, you don't have to come in and run the risk of, meeting somebody else here or whatever and, catching something from them. So if you only have one, keep it. But if you have multiples, then don't use the multiples. Again, send me an email, send me a text, and we'll get those picked up, or you can drop them off here and we'll sanitize them and put them away for storage again for somebody else. Again, it's another little blip, and be on to the next section, hopefully the last one, I think. I am back again. Okay, so as I mentioned in the last section, coming to the office, we're trying to restrict the number of people that come to the office. We're trying to restrict the number of people in the office. What we're doing is we're going to utilize the table in the back shop more. The front door for most of the day will probably be locked. So we want you to come in the back door. If you radio ahead, text, email, again, whatever, let us know, hey, I need wipes, I need whatever, gloves, masks, whatever. We can let them and just have them on the table at the back. If you have to come in the office, we have the COVID-19 checklist hung up on the wall. Read the checklist, sign the login sheet. Actually, bring your own pen, please. We're not leaving a pen back there. So bring your own pen with you from your van. Sign the sign-in sheet, the date, the time, and everything else that you were here, again, for tracking. When you sanitize your hands, wear your masks. When you actually come into the office, if you could stay behind the green line on the floor. It's been there for a while, but we had some drivers that, again, think they can cross the line, and maybe they don't even notice it. Had one driver said, "Oh, I never even noticed it was on the floor." But it's been on the floor for a while, so stay behind the green line. If we have to give you any paperwork, we have to give you whatever. First option is to leave it on the table for you. Again, if you have to come in and sign something, like with the questionnaires from Linda, she has to get you guys to sign the monthly log sheet that you actually done the safety meeting. Has to be done in person, so come into the office. We're trying to limit that to one person in the office at a time if possible. We only have 44 drivers. There's not a lot of rush to get into the office and out, but they do sometimes in between runs. Usually, 10 o'clock in the morning seems to be a popular time for the drivers to come in. If we could limit that to one at a time. If you hear on the radio, hey, I'm coming in to do my paperwork, I'll be in for 9:30. We'll try and be in for 9:45, maybe, if you have to come in as well. Any questions, comments, again, about this section? We're trying to keep everybody safe, trying to keep everybody happy. We love all you guys. We want to see you as much as possible, but again, with the COVID thing going around and the numbers spiking the way they are, we do want to keep everybody safe, and if we limit the access, they should keep everybody a little safer. Everybody has to do our part and keep everybody safe. Okay, one more section, and I think we're done for the day. All right, last section. So later today, Linda will post her video online. She'll be sending an email around with a questionnaire. I believe there's 7 pages to the questionnaire. If you can't print it off at home, we'll have copies here, again, on the back table in the shop. Come pick one up. Let us know you're coming. If there's nothing in the back shop, radio in ahead of time, or just knock on the door and say, hey, listen, we need more questionnaires, and we'll run some more off for you. Again, there's a sign-in sheet, the monthly log sheet, that has to be filled out after you hand your questionnaires back in. Because we're a little running behind with this, normally we'd give you from Wednesday to Wednesday. So if you could have the questionnaires back to us by next Friday, I believe it's the 30th. Again, that would be muchly appreciated. The last safety meeting, a few of the drivers dragged it a little too long. We had to chase a bunch of them down to get them questionnaires back. So look for this link, and I'll look for Linda's link, and look for the questionnaires. Everybody else, stay safe, and have a good this one. We'll be doing this again in May, and probably a short one in June, another safety meeting. Again, love you guys. Any emails, comments, whatever questions, just feel free to contact us. Leave them underneath the video if you can. Again, something new. Our last video, I think it hit 60 views, so we're trying to go for 1 million on some of these. So tell your friends, these are, again, for everybody to look at. Especially the safety videos, if we can make everybody a safe driver, maybe it saves a life somewhere down the road. All right, Have a good day, and we'll see you again in a little while.